What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of Married to Medicine. Y'all, I actually like the Real Housewives of Atlanta season finale. It was funny to me, okay? Lighthearted, wasn't too much. But we are back for, what is this? Married to Medicine, season 4, episode 9. Or I should say season 9, episode 9. The breaking point. So we get into, the thing, and basically we're starting off with the whole situation. Heavenly, Dr. Damon, Contessa, and Dr. Scott. So I believe Heavenly was going over there to Dr. Damon's new pain center. So they opening up a new one. Okay, they already have one. They're opening up another one in a different location. So basically, it seems like they're franchising. And to me, I feel like that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, baby, I'm so glad to be here. Oh my God, look at this. Hold on, it's professionalism. Come on. He was like, hey, baby, I'm so glad that you're here too. I love doing Dr. Dan voice because that motherfucker don't go but the same octave, okay? The same octave. But again, they get to talking about the whole situation that happened the night before, whatever at Contessa with Contessa at what's her name? Simone and Cecil Place, right? And at this point, Heavenly apologizes to Dr. Damon because he was like, I'm so sorry for, coming off at you the way that I did and getting upset and leaving the way that I did. But it's just like, you guys always get into it. And at this point, I feel like the men, even though they try to stay out of the situations that's going on with the women, they're fed up with it because a lot of the stuff is minimal. And when he said the shit that y'all arguing over is bullshit, it's small bullshit, somebody in the comments said it's not small. It is small bullshit. When you get the full backstory of how shit been going, and how Contessa is literally coming off one way on screen, but then she's still talking to Dr. Heavenly off the screen doing this whole time or whatever. So it's confusing. And that's why Heavenly is acting the way that she's acting as well. But Heavenly, you deserve a lot of the shit that's coming to you because again, you're talking about your friends, and this is not the first time that you done some shit like this. So it's like all of this shit is bullshit. Cause at the end of the day, what is it really gonna cause? What is it really gonna solve? What is it? Is it gonna resolve anything? No, because right about now, y'all still not fucking talking. It's even worse than what it was before. And when you look at it, it didn't even have to blow up this way. If you have a fucking issue with me, do not do a fucking intervention with other people. Come to me. Come to me. Okay? And I know you can't tell nobody when and how long to hold on to something, but at the end of the day, don't get a whole fucking group of people if you the one that got the problem with me. Come to fucking me. Call me on the goddamn phone. FaceTime me. Ask me to come down to your office or I'll come down to yours, okay? Don't do that other shit. That's what Contessa went fucking left with me. You know what I'm saying? But he just wasn't here for all of that shit. He's just a demure person, and he just tired of it. Even Dr. Scott was tired of it too. He was like, it seems like y'all was being cool, but then every time y'all get together, it's like bing, 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 round one, you start over and over and over again. And a lot of people was trying to feel like, she trying to save face for her marriage. It actually looks like, unless they put on, Dr. Scott don't give a damn about anything, this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? He didn't feel no type of way about what Damon said at their get together or whatever. He didn't feel like, that he needed to step in and to tell him, hey, don't talk to my wife like that. Don't say this or whatever. Because Damon was not coming off trying to, comfort her in any type of way. No, Contessa jumped the goddamn gun. She was overreacting. Heavenly was overreacting. Heavenly was, going through what she was going through with her mom and all that stuff. And I'm so glad that Heavenly said it's not an excuse for what was going on, but that is part of what was happening with her. Because even when it came to talking to Contessa and Scott, she was like, you know what, at the end of the day, she's going through a lot. I know how it felt when my mom was passing away or my parent was passing away, and it's just not a fun feeling, and all I can do is pray for her and all of that. But I'm gonna give her a pass. Ain't no pass, bitch. And I'm sorry that I said it that way, but we have to stop letting stuff slide just because people are going through things. Everybody goes through things. That does not give you a reason for bad behavior. That does not mean that you can get away with bad behavior, and that does not mean that you cannot be held accountable for the bad behavior that you do. Okay? I mean, I get it. You're trying to show a little leeway and a little bit of support, but no, ma'am. We still gonna hold a bitch accountable. I'm sorry what's going on with your mama, which is really sad. Okay? But even Heavenly said that's no excuse. So I'm gonna leave it on that one. But I like coming down here, Dr. Daddy. You want me to come down here some more? I could fire some people. I could hire some people. No, buddy. You don't need to do that. We could just sit here. We just eat. That's all. That's all. Let me stop playing with that man. So we get into is his name Marvin or Martin? Marvin. We gonna call him Marvin. Marvin and Audra. She's the real estate attorney. I believe a real estate attorney. She's an attorney, okay? And he's a doctor. I think he's a dentist, okay? But we get a little bit of their backstory because they're going to go meet with a wedding planner. Come to find out, they got married at the courthouse, okay? And they wanted to have a real wedding. But of course, the pandemic stopped them from inviting a lot of people. So therefore, they just went on ahead to the courthouse, got married legally, and now they're going to do the ceremony. And, they're doing the typical wedding shit, trying to find out how much this linen costs, how much this napkin costs, how much this plate costs, how much this costs, all this shit. They had a budget of $60,000 or some shit already, and they already $50,000+ over budget, and they ain't even close to done with everything that they need. Baby, it just... I don't know. I just don't believe in spending all that goddamn money. Maybe because I don't have the money to spend and waste like that. Maybe if I had the money and I was in that mind, I see it a little bit differently. But today, girl, please, no. But I get it. They met at Howard. I think she said homecoming. She was either going to Howard. He came up there as an alumni. He said I asked her out on a Tuesday. I asked her out on Tuesday. We went to go on our first date, and I ain't never been away from her ever since. And I do like the fact that Audra comes on talking about her Ghanaian culture. I hope I'm saying that right. How she said she was basically born, I don't know if she was born here, but throughout her childhood, she was here in America. But she said it was basically little Ghana up in her house. And I love those pictures. Those pictures was really cute. All of them, her brothers and sisters and everybody, they all look the goddamn same, okay? But that was not, girl, what? The storage is full. Gotta go delete some stuff. Anyway, so that was cute. I'm sorry. I'm editing and anyway. So that was nice, whatever. Moving on from there. Anila, I'm gonna be 100% honest. When I see Anila is cool and all, but this storyline that they got her working with about having, trying to find another nanny, having the mama coming over. The mama is the one, and the parents is the one that's overshadowing her. Because, granted, I get it that, she a new mother. She's a young mother, meaning that her kids ain't no older than, 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. So, she only been a mother for a few years. And my thing is, she making it seem like, I know motherhood is hard, but she making it seem like she is taking care of a tribe of kids. All right. I can't get this person around. Oh my God, I have so much blogging to do. I could barely see the kids. And, I don't want no babysitters, which is understandable, because I don't trust certain people, and we don't know if they do this, and are they really going to be attentive and all this stuff. I mean, I'm sitting here like, what type of blogging are you doing that's really taking up so much of your time that you can't budget your time out? You can't manage your time. And I feel like what it is with Anila, she has poor time management, and she probably procrastinate. That's what I feel is going on, okay? Because a lot of the stuff, I'm telling you, if they in school, even if they in school like half a day, a bitch like me will knock a whole bunch of shit out. Okay, in a few hours. That's how I be at work. Baby, I work an 8-hour fucking shift, and I be done within the first 3 hours. Not even half the fucking day. First 3 hours. And then for the rest of the day, if you need me to do something, I do it. But other than that, I'm chilling. But that's just my worth ethic, okay? I just don't like shit to just sit around. But Anila just be acting like she fucking handicapped when it comes to her kids. Girl, and then you want to open up a hair business, so that people can go in there like a hair showcase or whatever. And I get the meaning behind it because, she was going through hair loss with baby. I told y'all this. The shit that I found out about what women really go through, they glorify pregnancy, which it should be, because the body, especially the woman's body, is such an amazing thing, the way that it can bring life into the world and the way it transforms and do all of that shit. But the bullshit to bring that little motherfucker up into the world that some of the women bodies have to go through, and the after effect too, losing hair, losing teeth, baby, a whole bunch of shit. I was just sitting here and it scares me so much, y'all. I be like, and y'all motherfuckers be wanting to have multiple births and shit. Ain't y'all scared? Death. But that's life. But bitch, it ain't no life coming out of me. I'm just saying, more power to my ladies out there who are doing it, because I'm too scared to. But anyway, she go up in there, of course, the mama complaining. Mama like, why this floor? Why this? Why that? I'm just like, girl, Anila, this is what you brought. You told them to come over, so this is what you're going to have to deal with. So we see Jackie, she's in her office, and she's with these lesbian podcasters, who are getting their lady parts looked at. And they haven't had, one girl said, bitch, she ain't been to an OBGYN since 2014. Now, I need to do some research, and I need to look into whether or not there are people, lesbians or whatever, women who think that they don't need to go to the OBGYN. Like, if you are a woman, you need to go to an OBGYN, to a gynecologist regularly, like everybody else, like Dr. Jackie said, so you can get your shit checked out. And if it's something wrong, you get early detection and all of that stuff. Do not put that shit off, okay? But that was an educational purpose or whatever. But then you had Dr. Kieran. He want to get all the men together, since everybody is cool now. Just get all the men together and have like a little spa day for the men, but dressed in their little suits and, as they say, Dapper Dan wear. And if you know who Dapper Dan is, y'all know who Dapper Dan is. So everybody show up. He want to get them back rubs, get them injectables, get their nails done. Just self-care. I feel like this was a good look. Of course, some of the men don't want to do no injectables like the Botox or whatever. Understandable, because everybody don't need that shit. But the fact that everybody was able to show up except for Scott because he had to go to his child's recital and everybody's on good terms, I love this. So, the men, they get to talking about the fact that their wives had the old shot. Eugene notices that, Toya got it or whatever. They was talking about whether or not Anila and the grandmama or Anila and the mama got it. Karen was like, baby, I don't want to hear nothing about that. If that mama would have got that shit, I don't want to hear nothing about that. Then they start, getting their massages. And, Damon said something about this BioT or whatever, pill or whatever. Baby, he said, listen, it was making him feel like he was in the 8th grade again. Couldn't stay unhard, okay? I said, baby, I ain't need to know all of that, Diddy. Dr. Diddy, I ain't need to know none of that. Okay, my name ain't Heavenly. But, that was that. Heavenly said, we have sex every day. I don't need to be doing that 3-4 times a day. Ain't nobody got time for that. So that's why he had to get up off the pill. We don't care. Basically, this whole particular segment was just about the men bonding with each other. And then we get Eugene again talking about the fact that he is overwhelmed and maybe he needs to go into something else. Okay, like maybe he missing out and, time just rolling past and all of that. And I don't know. It's just a lot. But it was really funny to see Marvin sitting there getting that massage and thinking that it was the lady that was doing it, but it was actually the men taking turns. That was a funny moment. But I'm going to be honest, this episode feels very much like a filler. So we got Eugene going to see Dr. Damon at his second practice, and then we got Latoya going to Toya. She went to go see her spiritual advisor, Lady C or whatever. As much as I really don't like Toya, I do appreciate these two scenes with them, the comparing and the contrast, them going to somebody to talk to about some of the stuff that's been plaguing them, okay? But they also need to just come together and they need to talk about it with each other. Because that I know it sounds so simple and I know it sounds so basic and so cliche when I say a lot of things can be solved with communication. Yes, some of these issues can be solved with basic communication. Eugene is going through, I'm not going to say a crisis, but he could be. But I feel like at this point, he is going through a burnout, okay? That man is mentally and physically and emotionally burnt out from his everyday. And his everyday literally consists of waking up every day early in the goddamn morning to go to the hospital and then probably coming home late at night, you know, and then having to do that over and over and over again for the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day. And to be doing that for years on end. His body is burnt the fuck out. And then you got to listen to Toya and her complaining and all this other shit. Your kids doing all of this stuff. So, and on the one hand, I understand. And on the other hand, this is the life you chose, right? You chose to get married. You chose to have these kids. You chose to be a doctor. The life of a doctor is very demanding. But then you put that with the added stress and unfamiliarity, the unfamiliar shit that was happening with COVID. I'm sorry, girl, my words. Happening with the pandemic that came through, and it just put a lot more stress, a lot of fear, a lot of the unknown was happening, and it just further, like, that was a depressing period for just about everybody because we didn't know. Okay, I went through my shit. Some of y'all probably went through y'all shit, but we really don't think about, even because people feel like it's over now, but it's not. We don't think about anymore how these doctors had to go through so much shit when they're literally putting their lives on the line to help save our life, you know, during this time. And that's stressful as fuck. And then you got Latoya. You got Toya over there, you know, complaining about what she needs and all this stuff. And honestly, I get it. I get it. She want reciprocation. Like, I supposed to do for you, you do for me. Because that's basically what she's saying to her advisor. Trying to understand what it was that was making her unhappy. Why is it that she's unhappy? Why do she feel unfulfilled? It's like, I married my husband and I wanted to get certain things from him, but I am not getting those things from him. And 9 out of 10, he can't give it to you because he's burnt the fuck out. He is burnt out. So I like the fact that he is coming to the realization before he collapses, you know, and that he needs to get out of ER medicine and go somewhere else, or at least take a break. You know, having to sit down and talk to Damon, because Damon was in the same situation. You know, Damon was saying how his son was saying, you know, once he left that ER business, he was a different person, a lighter person, you know, just a different air about him. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I feel so bad for Eugene. And I feel bad for Toya too. Because as much as we want to rag on Toya and say she don't do shit, she don't do shit. But being a mother is a full-time job, regardless of if you already have a job too. That is a full-time job. That is a lifetime job, you know. And I'm just trying to see, because when I was in the midst of recording this, y'all heard me. The bitch said, no storage, or storage was low. Hold on, y'all. She got to deal with stuff too, okay? We can't put aside to the fact that regardless of what type of profession she has or lack thereof, you know, she could possibly be going through stuff, okay? And I know people be like, oh, what is it that you got to be sad for? What is it you got to be depressed over? What did you got to be this over? Good, it went through. It's life, okay? Just because she just sitting at the house doing housewife duties or whatever, maybe I'm just trying to see all sides. I'm not trying to be negative, because that's some real shit though. What they're going through is real shit. You know what I'm saying? And Miss Lady C told her, you basically need to write your shit down in the diary. Girl, tell your husband what's going on. Because that's what it feel like. Y'all have not sat down and had a real conversation. Or go to a therapist, a couples therapy, and it comes a point in time, I feel like, when you're in a marriage, as long as you guys, though they've been together almost 15 years. Yeah, I feel like it'd be a good thing for them to go to a therapist to get a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? To get some tools. That's for any relationship, I feel like. They're going through some struggles that just about a lot of other couples have gone through. And so I applaud them for putting that out there and being open with that, given the fact that, we do rag on Toya a lot. We rag on that bitch a lot, and we say that she part of the main reason why Eugene is going through what he's going through. But I don't know. Is that really the case? Because he could have stopped anytime and found something else, and I'm pretty sure he would have been successful. But I'm just trying to look at all sides of the thing, Y'all tell me. Baby, the end of this episode was Anila and her mama. Once again, her mama treating her like a child. Honestly, I feel like it's because Anila, she puts herself in that position. Baby, you knew what it was going to be when your mama came there, okay? You just wanted somebody to watch your kids. You did not realize that your mama was going to be on your ass too, telling you what to do as well, even though you a grown-ass goddamn woman. That's basically it. I mean, the kitchen was messed up and all that stuff, and I even think the mama said something about you just so used to the nanny doing every goddamn thing for your ass, okay? I said, oops. Mama said, you ain't gonna ever give me no rules. I'm older than you. I give the fucking rules. I said, well, no, big. You see how I curved myself. I ain't say the whole word. No, mama, you in my house, though. Have a little bit of respect, okay? Anila mama reminds me of those grandmamas who be taking their kids and getting their hair cut, getting their, ear pierced, or, doing shit without asking the parents' permission just to be that way, and then get upset when the parent get mad because they didn't get the permission. And it's like, why would you do some shit like that? That's Anila mama. And Anila don't know how to put her goddamn foot down. Sometimes you gotta holler at a bitch. No disrespect. And when I say holler, I mean you gotta raise your voice a little bit. No, mama, you have to be assertive, okay? That's why your mama keep walking all over your ass. But anyway, that was Married to Medicine, a very uneventful episode. It literally felt like a filler episode. And honestly, this episode could have been condensed into 15 minutes. I'm just saying. Anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feel. I'll see y'all later. Peace.